I'm Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today we are visiting with our amazing Deputy Coroner, Elizabeth Allison. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
I tell you, you are one beautiful, busy girl.
Well, thank you.
I was just saying to someone this morning when you came into the building, she is too glamorous to be the Deputy Coroner, showing up at some gruesome crime scenes. People, when they see you, they probably think you're a reporter if you don't have that jacket on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you've been with the government for how many years now?
7 years.
7 years,
yes.
And you've been the Deputy Coroner for a few years now, a couple years at least.
Yeah,
this is our second visit together.
Yeah, altogether I've been there 8 years.
Yes,
so yeah.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
And so actually you shared with me on our last visit that you were a nurse prior to.
EMT.
EMT.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were already, that's where I remember, you were already in medical before you decided to join Buddy and that team. And so what made you want to go to the next step? Because this is a thankless job. A lot of people don't realize that you all barely sleep, that you're up every time of day and night, holidays, weekends, it doesn't matter. So that's a big sacrifice to give of yourself like that. So when did you decide, well, you know, I've been an EMT and I know I'm going to have these days on, these days off, and, you know, and then you decided, well, I'm just going to give fully. Because it's a full commitment.
It is.
It's like marriage.
It is. You have to be committed.
You have to. And so you decided you wanted to take the next step.
Yeah, my uncle, I'm originally from Alexandria, Virginia, and my uncle is a mortician.
Oh, okay.
He was a mortician, and his father was the coroner of the county. So it's always kind of been in our family.
Okay, so it was in your family history, professional history.
Yes, ma'am.
So this wasn't new to you.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, because it's not something that people's like, well, you know. So you decided to take that leap. And you've been doing it, and still glamorous and still married. And
Still married. I don't know about glamorous at 2:30 in the morning. Not so glamorous,
yeah. And so what is a day like for you in this profession?
We never really know what a day is going to be. It's kind of like equivalent to when I worked on the ambulance and I worked in the emergency room. You never know what you're going to see, what's going to come your way. There's times that it's exciting, there's times that it's extremely heartbreaking, but first and foremost, we have to put professionalism first.
And the thing that I like about you so much in our first visit, you said to me, because I'm a mother and a grandmother, and you said when you show up and there have been tragedies, that you always treat the people with love and compassion, because regardless of the circumstance, that's somebody's child, that's somebody's loved one, and you treat them like their family.
I do.
Yeah. And so you made some good friendships over the years.
Yes.
I watch you with people. And when you have something on Facebook or something, and I see people commenting, it's like you're their family member because you've built those relationships.
Well, I tell them I'm not here for a season. I'm here for a reason. God brought me into your life for a reason. And I do have family members of past victims that I'm still very close to.
And you've just helped walk them through the process, which is not always
It's not always easy.
And you've had some very tough cases.
I have.
Yeah, high profile. Yeah, and some of those have been everything from domestic violence to some of the gang activities.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
what you said to me, Elizabeth, is that those are still mothers.
They are.
And they love their babies.
They are.
Yeah.
And there are mamas. And every time I go out to a call, the first and foremost I ask, who's the family member? Is the mother here? And I immediately hug that mother, because sometimes it's not the words, it's the actions.
Yes, love is an action, right? Because people can say all of the politically and socially correct things, but then their behavior is not backing that up, you know? So your team, how many women and how many men? Because see, I just can't, every time I see you, and I've seen you out shopping in one of our favorite places buying something we didn't need to buy, like purses.
Exactly.
I was like, I just can't believe that's what you do every day. But your team is made up mostly of, is it men?
It is, and of course we have, our executive coordinator, Malika. She's absolutely wonderful.
She is. She tolerates me calling there like I think I'm a part of that team.
She's amazing, and she's been there for a pretty good while.
Yes.
And then we have Buddy, who's the elected coroner.
Right.
Then we have myself, and then there's Dustin, and there's Ben, and we have a somewhat of a reserved deputy coroner for when one of us are out, and her name is Marcy.
Okay, so Marcy is the newest person
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
team. Okay, and you all really do need that type of support because sometimes, unfortunately, it's a busy weekend, it's a busy holiday, and that means you all are up and you're not sleeping, and somebody else needs to come and be able to step in so at least you all can catch your breath. Because since you've been there, we've had some years where we just had one event after another. It was just like almost nonstop. And I'm thankful it's not like that right now, but we did have some periods here since you've been on that team.
We did. Like I've been out on a call, and then a second call come out, and someone have to take it, and then a third one come out, all in the same, like back to back.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. And then so that means you've been up. You've not really slept. And then, of course, your poor husband, he probably knows how to cook, or are you cooking ahead?
He's a firefighter. He can fend for himself.
Okay, so
yes.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Because he knows what to expect.
Yes.
And that's what people mean about making sure you are equally yoked with your partner, because if he had a regular 9 to 5, that might be a bit much and a strain on your family relations.
Yes.
It could be. Okay, well, what we're going to do is go to our first break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. Progressive Funeral Home. Family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this visit with the amazing Deputy Coroner, Elizabeth Allison, with her fabulous, glamorous self. I tell you, I just can't get over you. I can't. I mean, you just a surprise in the box. People that have never seen you, and I'm glad we're introducing you to some that have never seen you, that you are this wonderful woman, very kind, gentle, hardworking, fully committed, that's out there doing a job that most of us would run from. Definitely not my calling. It's not. And I've worked in some places, including the prison, but that's not my calling, because you got to have a certain spirit, heart, and a mental stability to deal with that every day. You shared with me on our last visit that when you first started, and I want young people to know this, you don't always start at the top. And a lot of them think because they have degrees and credentials, they're automatically going to start at the top. But you have to work and earn your way on the team. So share with our audience what you did when you first joined the team. Were you full-time, part-time? How did you get to this team?
Well, when I first joined, I had left the hospital, and the only position that was available was for the forensics driver.
Forensics driver, so what is that?
Forensics driver is called, you're on call 24/7. And when the coroner that's on call for that day, when they call and they say, I need you to come out and come and pick up a deceased, This deceased is probably going to go to the GBI to have an autopsy done, whether it be a homicide or a suicide. I go out there, get the transport van, go out there, and load the deceased, yes.
And drive them.
And drive them to our morgue. And then, you know, when it's time for them to go to the GBI, then transport them to the GBI.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I want everybody to see how fabulous she is. So you're actually going to pick up someone that has died. You're going to transport them to the morgue locally. And then if it's required, you, Elizabeth Allison, would transport that person, passed away, to Atlanta, to the GBI. Really?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Really? Isn't that amazing? And you started part-time?
I started part-time doing that, yeah.
On call?
On call.
So you didn't know what your schedule was?
No.
Every day you just was waiting by the phone?
It was myself and another gentleman. He had been there for a while. And then I was brought on board to kind of give him a little relief because, you know, he worked 7 days a week and he was older. So.
Yes, isn't that something? And the reason I wanted you to emphasize and to share that is because some people don't understand what it takes to move up the ladder. And you are the first female
Chief Deputy Coroner.
Chief Deputy Coroner, exactly. Because all before that we had men. We never had a female. And so you have blazed that trail. But it wasn't because you didn't do your part as a team player. I wanted you to share that. You drove the van. You went to the crime scene or wherever it was, picked the people up, take them where they were supposed to be, phase one, then went to the next phase. All times of day and night. All times of day.
And I still do it.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Oh, well, see, I thought once you moved up, you let the new people do that.
No, it still have to train the new people. When you get new drivers, you have to train them. And still, if they need help, you know, we'll go out and help them.
Okay.
And
so you're not just sitting in the office.
No, I don't sit in the office. No.
No, see, people don't know when you don't really know what a person is doing in those positions. And that's why when it's time for budget and things like that, and people can just look the other way and not understand the importance of making sure that you all, of course, our wonderful coroner buddy, that you all have the proper tools. Because we don't think about all of the work that you all are doing. People will think about, well, okay, the hospital or the jail or these people, they need, but you need what you need because you all are, what, the last folks?
We are. We're the last responders.
The last responders. I like that. So you're at the end of the journey.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so sometimes it's not been easy when you don't have all the tools.
Yes.
Right, but you still made it happen.
Yep.
Fully committed.
Yes.
Even when you were doing it in U-Haul trucks.
That's right.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
You know, I keep up with everything, and I
Yes.
thought because we didn't step up with some of the other new technology and resources available. I'm be very kind because this is just a personal conversation because I wanted to highlight you and your work, and people don't know you, and I'm always bragging about you. Even when we were in the retail store, I was telling everybody in there about you. But yeah, even when we didn't quite have everything we needed to get the job done, and that was at a very busy time for you all. You all were actually using U-Haul trucks to get people to where the deceased to where they needed to go.
Because we had, Buddy had to think about the deceased. They're our number one priority, and their family is our number one priority, and he stresses that to everybody on our team,
So that's the culture.
Yes.
And he expects.
He does expect it.
And respect, because he's told me that.
Yes.
We have to respect everybody.
Yes.
And we don't pass judgment.
No, we don't.
That's not what our role is.
And we don't. And I feel the same way. We do have some people that are homeless. To me, it doesn't matter if you come from South Columbus, North Columbus, where you come from. If you live, you're homeless, you're still a human.
Exactly.
And I'm going to treat you like you're my family.
And that's what makes this team so amazing. And I just want to, I know people get tired of me saying this on the show, but I like to show the people on this show the folks that are really working hard for the community and for the citizens. And you may never see their names in lights. Might never see them get an award, but you got one.
I did.
I saw that. I was so proud. And what did you get? Something with the
District
state
Attorney's Office,
Okay.
domestic violence, and they went ahead and submitted me for Coroner of the Year.
And see how humble she is. You can brag about it. I know you're not a bragger, but no, you earned it. See, when we earn things, it's okay to share. When people don't earn things and want somebody to give them something, that's a different thing. But you're working day and night, your family, sacrifice. You have to get up, and if it's in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner, what happens on the street, don't care. You got to get up and go. So when you earn something, it's okay to let people know you earned that. You know, so I got to work on you with that, you know, because even when we were in the same store shopping and you were like, oh, and I was like, I want to tell everybody about you. I do, because you're doing great things. And I've heard from the individuals on the street about the love and the kindness that you've shown people when nobody was around and there were no cameras. And your boss wasn't around either. See, that's what I like. Well, what we're going to do is go to our break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Even at lower speeds, a crash between a bicyclist and motor vehicle can cause broken bones and traumatic brain injuries. Busy intersections are particularly dangerous for cyclists. Wear a helmet, stop at red lights, use hand signals, yield to pedestrians. Bike safe, bike smart.
Paid for with grant funds from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The Miley Agency, Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. New Horizons Behavioral Health, building better lives in the Chattahoochee Valley, providing services to persons with mental illness, developmental disabilities, and addictive diseases. Located in the Health and Human Services Building, 2100 Comer Avenue, Columbus, or call 706-596-5500. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. And welcome back to Straightforward. I am really enjoying this pleasant visit with my amazing friend, our Deputy Coroner, Elizabeth Allison. And she is so very humble, loving, caring, just want to serve the community. And she was sharing with me, and I wanted her to share with you all, one of her main concerns and things she has seen in this role, working with families in the community. And you talked about how heartbreaking it is when someone passes away, and either or they have not been in contact with their family, so they're quote unquote paupers, or we have people that don't have insurance, and then the family's in a tailspin about what to do with the deceased. So share that.
We do see a lot of displaced deceased that have not been in contact with their families. It could go upwards to 25 to 30 years where they've not had contact with their families. And we do have to go through the police department to request a clear report to try to find families or anyone that's associated with that deceased.
Really?
And it could be 30 pages that we have to go through.
Really?
Yes, and sometimes the numbers have changed. Sometimes you call and people don't know who you're talking about. So it's very hard. So I really wish if we could kind of tell the community, I know that everybody knows what they want when they pass, is just to write that down or let someone know what your wishes are so we can make that happen for them.
Right. Because it puts you all in a very difficult situation, because Buddy cares, you care, the whole team. I mean, just leadership, the administrative expert you all have that she tolerates me calling there. But you want to make sure that you treat people like family. And that's what you've always said, and that's what Buddy says. And then we got that other side of the coin where people have not taken out life insurance.
Oh, yes.
And then that's a whole nother separate issue.
It is.
And even if you're estranged, let me go back from your family, you can write something down and give it to your neighbor, your best friend, or anybody.
Yes.
So that if something should happen to you, someone would know what to do.
Yes. And even if you've been displaced from your family, still leave a name and a possible telephone number for a next of kin.
Right. With somebody.
Yes.
Right, that you trust.
Yes.
Right. And then this thing about the children, and we see this in your line of work, and I know it's heartbreaking for you when we go out and we see kids that have drowned, young teens that have died from, violence, domestic violence. Sometimes children are involved.
Yes.
When we've just seen that here recently where one of the young ladies that worked at this station many years ago, she was in a domestic incident and it cost her life, her husband, but her child was found safe in the house. But you've worked all those cases as well. So you were telling me the insurance is very important to get that.
To get insurance on your children.
Right.
18 and under. It is very important.
18 and under.
Yes.
Well, I'm the mother that my child is 41 and I've had his insurance since he was a little boy. And my cousin was an insurance agent. And he said to me, you need to get this, and then when he starts driving, he's a boy, you need to get accidental. Now, we're not planning on anything happening, but we need to be prepared. And that was good, sage advice that he gave me. And still to this day, I have it. It is my earnest prayer that he would bury my husband and I, but I want to be prepared. And he lives in another state. So that's what you're encouraging parents to do, even if it's not a lot.
Yes.
And you're not an insurance agent.
No.
But you're just saying based on your work. No, I just want to say that because we do have an insurance company that sponsors this show. But you're just saying from your side of the house in the line of work, you've seen people just stuck. You can't move the deceased person because there's not a plan. I mean, you move them to the morgue, but you're just waiting.
Because it's a lot of times we don't think about what is going to happen, what's inevitable. And I know it's inevitable for myself, so my plans are already made. But with children, accidents happen all the time.
Right.
Accidents that could have possibly been avoided. There are times that we have met with families who do not have insurance on their children, and they don't know how they're going to bury their loved ones because they don't have the money.
Really?
Yes.
And
so that's where insurance comes in.
Right.
And would be easier for them.
For them.
Yes.
And it helps you all with helping them.
Yes.
Because I remember you said you had a case years ago where the child drowned, former military family, young people, and they didn't have insurance. But then
a kind anonymous person came forth and had phoned a funeral home here in town and offered to pay for the funeral ceremony and for the burial plot for the family, and they were completely humbled by it.
Yes.
So there is good-hearted people.
I know, we know that. We're looking at you, and we're looking at Buddy. No, because I have heard and I've seen people personally, because I've done domestic violence workshops. I used to be a social worker. I'm in a lot of still social circles, social service circles, and they would say with some of the crime and violence on the street that you showed up and how loving you were. You showed up to the hospital with a parent that I know. I've had that parent on this show, and you did not care. You were embracing, get blood on your clothes, everything, because you wanted them to know they were not alone. And so that's your reputation. Now, we can have a reputation. It could be good or bad, but yours is good. I can vouch for that. Not that means anything. No, but when you hear a grieving mother say that about you, that it was no judgment. She needed to be consoled, and that's exactly what you did. And after then, you stood your ground with law enforcement and did your job. See, you didn't know I knew all that about you. They say she's a tough little cookie. That's what they say about you. So this nice, calm demeanor, but when it comes to your families, you fight for them.
I do.
Yeah, and that's your reputation.
Yeah, I would want someone to fight for my family.
Yes, but that goes back to that training with your uncle. And where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
I've been down here since 1991, and I'll never go back.
Okay, well so now
This is my home.
You are official a Georgia girl. Yes, and so let's give a shout out to your husband. He is
He's a Columbus firefighter.
but he's the first responder, and you're
Yes.
the last responder.
Yes.
And so he works, and so he has that shift. And so how long has he been with the?
I believe 20 years.
Okay. So since you've been
we've
with
been together 18 years.
him, so the whole
married for
time.
16.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you knew going in what that was like. No, because a lot of people don't understand what those sacrifices are, and so you all have worked that out. And because he's a firefighter, and I've seen them in the store at the old Winn-Dixie back in before it closed, and there was one of the ones training the new ones, and they were buying the food to cook. And so I said, well, what time is dinner going to be ready? I'm going to come over and eat. And then the guy said, no, you don't want this because they just learning. He said, give them about a year and then you can come by and eat. And so they train each other because they're there, like 3 days? Or?
He's there 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they get time
and then
off.
they have 48 hours off.
Okay.
But in his case, he works 24 hours, and then he comes home and he sleeps.
Okay.
And then he goes to work at 7 p.m. at the local hospital in the ER, and he'll work till 7 a.m. and then the next day he'll have that day off.
Oh Lord! So you all are workaholics. So you are perfectly matched. Yeah, because I know that you are also reviewing books, that your friend is an author, and in between all this work you're doing for us, then you would review her books and critique them, and then she's a published author and all of that. So I just want to thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your friendship and support. And like I was telling someone in the building this morning, you don't know. People have friends that you might not even know about. So I'm just happy, excuse me, that you would come by. I could introduce you to the community. People could see who you are. So when they see you, unfortunately, we don't want them to, but if they see you at a crime scene, they'll know you're the deputy coroner and not a news reporter. How is that?
That's good.
Well, thank you so much. You're amazing.
Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate you. All right, this has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.